Krishna Teja is going to volunteer himself. All right. Okay, I would request all the others to go off video and mute yourself. If we're going to start. Yep. Achin, you have to go off video. Just give me a minute. Yeah, all right. Hi, Krishna. How are you doing?
I'm good, Srikanth. Just going great. All good. How about you?
I'm fantastic.
Good to know that.
How has your week been, Krishna Teja?
Okay, so everything was good. Today, I traveled to my native place because tomorrow my father is undergoing cataract procedure. So I came to my native place. So I got a bit tired. So that is the reason even I'm basically suffering from running nose as well. So that's how it is going. Otherwise, work-wise and everything, it's pretty smooth.
I hope you're in a good space to have this conversation.
Yes, you're right.
So, Krishna Teja, what we will do is, well, let's do this together for about a couple of minutes. I would request you to close your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm also doing the same. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure that you keep your feet on the floor, make contact with the ground. Open your palms towards the ceiling. I'm also doing the same. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Slow and steady. Let us breathe away anything which may come in the way of me being present completely for the next 30 minutes or so. Let's make an attempt to connect to each other at some level. I want to let you know this conversation is going to remain within this room, being witnessed by so many people. Please make yourself comfortable and make yourself vulnerable if it is required. And I will support you through this conversation with unconditional support, with no judgment. Let us also invite our spirits in this space so that we are guided properly and you are able to find the answers that you're seeking. Take a few more deep breaths in and out. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling better.
What would you like to explore in the time that we are together?
Okay. Currently, I'm acting as a Scrum Master. Also, I'm playing Agile Coach role. I mean, not as a role-wise Agile Coach, but I'm actually playing responsibilities of Agile Coach as well, apart from my designated role. Recent past, I had a conversation with my reporting manager, where because I'm a lead Scrum Master, so which is a top position when it comes to my path in Scrum Master path. So he offered two next levels going forward. One as an Agile coach, two as a product owner. So he proposed two roles, but he pointed one more thing. Agile coach, I don't have to be learning anything extra because whatever I'm currently playing, he mentioned that is good enough to be in agile coach role. But if I want to become a product owner, he suggested me to understand a lot of technical things because I work for a bank, some of the banking skills knowledge, also the particular product that I'm working with. So he wanted me to understand in and out of the product so that I can become a product owner and I can excel in that area. So he proposed two things. So even though I'm inclined towards Agile coach role because which is my heart-touching path going forward. So, but looking at the current market and salaries, it's a pretty good for product owners. So I'm a bit confused because at the end of the month, after working for a month, right? So we would like to see a good increment in our salaries as well on year, on face to face, or something like that. So I'm a bit confused whether to be in Agile coach path or to go towards product owner path.
So I'm hearing there are two options in front of you.
Yeah.
You need to choose one out of the two, and there's a little confusion.
Yes.
What is the overall vision that you have for your career?
Okay. So when it comes to vision, I'd like to be a transformation coach. It could be organizational transformation or maybe some sort of transformation within the organization. So I wanted to be in that roles and responsibilities, and I'd like to see changes working well for the organization as well.
So if you become a transformational coach, how will life change for you?
Could you please repeat, Srikant?
I asked you, if you become a transformational coach, how will life change for you?
Okay, so it would be, it would be definitely really good because most of the organization now they started moving towards agile organization from waterfall. So definitely, I think if I could bring in some change, some value add in this stream, so even I would be feeling extremely happy because when I said transformation coach towards agile transformation, that I meant. So if I could bring in some change, so even definitely organizations would be seeing a good profit. Also, I'd be happy for bringing the some change in the organization wherever I would be working for.
So what I'm hearing is that if you help in bringing change in an organization that you are working for, it will make you feel happy.
Definitely, yes.
What else will give you happiness?
One is a work-life balance. Work-life balance meaning after working for certain hours, may not be strict to 8 hours, maybe some extended stretchable hours, and definitely spending time with family and near and dears, spending time with them. So everything together would bring me happiness. Also, at the end of the month, after struggling, after working for a certain time, definitely salary also matters a lot to lead a good life, also to meet responsibilities of family members and everything. So definitely yes. So one is a work-life balance, and second thing is a salary.
I heard you say so many things: work-life balance, salary, family, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You said good life. What is the meaning of good life for you?
Whenever there is a need for something, reasonable need, reachable need, we should be able to afford it whenever I need the basic needs. Definitely yes. So it could be easily reachable. It could be met very easily. But little luxurious needs. I mean, not exceptional luxurious needs. A little luxury compared to the current standard, the current market standard, or whatever it might be, current luxurious standard. A bit more than that, if somebody is looking for some need is looking for that, so we should be able to afford it.
You also mentioned about work-life balance,
Yes.
Krishna.
Yeah.
And what does that mean to you?
So work-life balance, whenever I say, I mean, work-wise, I'm definitely yes. So I'd like to give my 100% or 200% without any hesitations. Also, I'd like to help. I mean, my peers as well. So work-wise, I'm completely dedicated. When it comes to life, so work should not be leading my life. At the same time, my personal things also should not impact my work. So I should be happy. My family should be happy, meaning my dependents should be happy. At the same time, my peers should not see any impact from my end, meaning whatever role I'm playing, they should not see any differences in terms of that. So with that, I'll be happy. My work peers would be happy. Dependents would be happy.
I keep hearing this word happy, happy, happy so many times. As we speak right now, how happy are you?
Now I'm extremely happy at this moment because work-wise, I mean, I'm playing more than what is expected from my organization. Whatever my peers are expecting, I'm helping them as a Scrum Master. Whatever my family members needs that they're looking for, I'm fulfilling them. My working hours, my schedules, and everything is completely flexible. So at this point of time, also I'm extremely happy person. So I don't crib for anything. So I don't say that I don't have that, I don't have this, and also whatever I have, I'm extremely happy with that. But going forward, because whenever we look at the economy, right? So economy might not be stable. So market cost situations might change, or organizations, whatever they're looking for. Now, because organizations are moving towards agile transformation, they are looking for more Scrum Masters and agile coaches. But going forward, like down the line 5 years or maybe down the line 10 years, most of the organization would have come to certain level of transformation, agile transformation. That point of time, they just need coaches. That too, now if they are hiring 40 to 50 coaches, that point of time, they might just need only 10 coaches. So that point of time also we should be in a proper on-demand person. So even that I'd like to see how it goes after 10 years. But that point of time, if not this role, like initially I mentioned, right? Product owner is something which has a life for until the product exists. So when it comes to coach, not sure after. I mean, agile coach, I'd say, not like a executive coach or life coach, but when it comes to agile coach positions, not very sure. So how long it would be continuing? So that's the reason I got this dilemma.
When you started the conversation, you said there are two options in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm confused. And then we spoke about your life. You said, I'm happy, so on and so forth. Now you're talking about, hey, this is a dialogue. Okay. So I am sensing, I'm just going to play this back to you. And I want to know what you're sensing. There is a certain way in which that you want to see your life and career unfolding in front of you. And that is perhaps maybe not in alignment with some core values that you're holding to yourself. This is my sense. What is your sense?
Okay, so at this point of time, when it comes to my core values, my core beliefs, and everything, so I mean, everything is going pretty well. So I mean, I don't have any pain points or something at this point of time. But when I look at the future, right? So future is really uncertain, right? So uh, definitely. So I'd like to see my future is also secured with enough work-life balance, and happiness factor also should be there within me.
If you have to very specifically call out your core values, Krishna, what would they be?
Okay, so being a trustworthy person, that is one thing. Uh, uh, to be dependable, meaning by closing their eyes, my family members would be able to depend on me. Also, I see that my work peers are my subordinates, or maybe the people whom I'm working with in a flat organization. Also, they should not see any impact from my end. So, whatever they're looking for, I should be able to help them. So, as a responsible a colleague, I should be able to play my roles and responsibilities properly.
Trustworthy, dependable, reliable, responsive. This is what
Yes.
I heard.
Yeah.
So, Krishna, we have been in this conversation close to about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
How is this conversation helping you?
Conversation is helping me to think my values, core values, and initially whatever point that I brought into the table in the initial minutes, like first couple of minutes, I'm trying to relate. So how these values are getting attached with those my two paths which are there in front of me.
And sharing what you shared just now, what are you learning about yourself?
Okay, so what I'm looking for as a person, so what are my wishes or needs? Also, how my core values are going to relate my two paths, and also my wishes.
The remaining time that we are together, what is that you would specifically like to focus and take away from this conversation, which will give you the sense I had a very enriching conversation?
So I should be able to choose the correct path without impacting my core values, or without impacting my wishes. So which would be helpful? So I'd like to take that path.
Choose a path which are aligned to my
Yes.
core values
Yes.
and the wishes.
Yes.
And as we progress through this conversation, how would you know that we are getting there?
Okay, so if I would be able to choose I mean, getting some glance or uh, some idea which path to choose, definitely I'd be feeling happy that okay. I mean, it could be anything, because whenever we say we have two paths in front of us, so any path we can take. So I should not be regretting after choosing the particular path.
I should not be regretting after choosing the particular path.
Yeah.
How would you know that?
I mean, that is with respect to career growth. I mean, career growth. I mean, we cannot feel that immediately. it would take some good amount of time to see whether the path is a right path or right fit for me or not. Even though both paths would be flourishing very well, but whether that would be a right path for me or not. So I'd like to take a decision good in advance.
Sure, sure. So Krishna, we spoke about your values, some of the things that you hold close to for yourself. I'm sure in your career you have reached this far. You're working as an agile coach, whatever that you're doing in your role. There are certain strengths that have helped you to reach this place. What strengths that you have within you,
Okay.
combined with the values that you're holding for yourself,
Okay.
can help us navigate through this conversation and find the answer that you're looking for.
Okay. When it comes to strengths of mine, I mean, it's not only I felt, even my leaders, my leadership felt the same thing. I'm extremely punctual, and I'm extremely dependable also. Process wise, I never skip. So if any process set, or if any framework set, or any rules set, so I'd be meeting 100% of the rules without impacting anything. So that is the reason, like a few years ago, almost 7, 8 years ago, my leaders chose me to dual role, to play a dual role as a Scrum Master. So that's when I got the particular role. So even though I was basically a QA person, tester, test lead, that point of time, so they wanted me to play a dual role. Even I felt the same thing when it comes to me, my strengths, the punctuality wise or process wise, or meeting the rules. Whatever rules set, I definitely obey them. It's not that the rules are set and not to be followed. It's not in my dictionary. So I follow all the rules, whatever set to as a team agreements or something like that. So that got me into this position. I'm playing this role happily for the past almost 8 years.
Punctuality,
Yes.
process,
Yeah.
and playing by the rule you said.
Correct.
And how does that make you feel when you share this with me?
I mean, I'll be extremely happy. I'm wholeheartedly whenever I say right, the smile and happiness comes from my heart. Okay, I'm playing this role happily. So my strengths have got me to this position, and I'm extremely happy, Srikant. So whenever I think of it, right, so I'll be happy all the time.
I feel that excitement in your voice and the way that you're expressing.
Correct. You're right.
So we spoke about your values, we spoke about your strengths, and we have some path that we need to take.
Correct.
Which is aligned to the values and your wishes. And both of us don't know where we are heading.
Right.
Let's seek some wisdom from the universe. I will invite you once again, keep your feet on the floor.
Okay.
Let's close our eyes, open the palms towards the ceiling. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Whatever core values that you hold for yourself, bring any one of them into your mind and give it an image and hold it in the center of your heart. Now, start visualizing your ideal life. Play it like a movie in front of you. Watch people around you. Watch yourself in the movie. Your colleagues, your friends, your family. Experience your ideal life. And at the peak of the experience, you connect your inner wisdom and ask this question: what is that I need to become as a person so that I can experience my ideal life? You may get answers, you may not get answers. It's perfectly fine. When you're ready to share something, you can slowly open your eyes and share whatever came up for you.
Okay, so during this thing, whatever came to my mind is looking at from last 3 years, especially 3 to 4 years, close to 3.5 years. My current role, even though I'm happy, people are happy with my work, but when it comes to recognitions, it is becoming a bit of a thankless job. Meaning, people won't be recognizing and giving spot recognitions or some sort of recognitions for scrum masters or coaches. So it would always go to technical people, even though they're appreciating on faces, or even though they're appreciating as a token of appreciation, official recognitions won't be reaching out the scrum masters and coaches. But I never felt that I haven't received any recognition, because whatever they speak to me, how they are seeking my help to support projects, that one itself is speaking out. So how important I am in the particular role. So, but still, I never felt that I haven't received any recognition, but I always feel happy for the role that I'm playing. Um during our last couple of minutes exercise, even though the technical role keeps me busy all the time, but slowly, I mean, whatever realization that I got in a recent exercise, so I felt that even coach position, even though it is a thankless job, but if it is a product owner job, the even though the role is flourishing for a very long time until the product exists, but people would recognize all the time. So it would be recognized all the time. But still, when it comes to coach position, by closing my eyes, by the time I hit my bed, I'll be always happy. The happiness won't be changing within me.
I will always be happy that the happiness will not change within me.
Yes.
So far in the conversation, what insights have you got, Krishna?
Okay. So if it is a always we say, right? So always known devil is better than unknown God. I don't want to say this as a devil, the current roles, current paths, or maybe when I say path, the coach, as a coach position is closer to the Scrum Master path. So I'd say definitely not a known devil; it's a known god. But unknown god might be powerful than a known god, but not very sure how it is going to be. But I'm happy with my known god. So I never regret for choosing this path. So but initially when I say right, even though my heart is saying this is the right fit at this point of time or going forward, but when it comes to the perks, right? So the perks are that is somehow pulling me. So hey, Krishna Teja, so why don't you look towards the perks? So when it comes to perks, so here we have a lot of perks. So that's otherwise my known god is I always respect my known god. Unknown god I don't even know, so how it is going to be.
Known god and the unknown god.
Yeah, unknown might become a devil as well, so I don't even know, but known god is a known god.
So between the known god and the unknown god, where are you?
So my pocket is saying to choose unknown god, but my heart is saying a known god.
So what are you going to do next?
Because I have time to choose. I mean, there's no immediate thing that I need to choose. So I have time to choose uh, whether to trust my uh, heart. I mean, I don't have to trust because it's already there within me. So I can easily play the role. Uh, Even though the next path, I mean, it was not there in my mind until my manager spoke to me. It was not there in my mind. So I wanted to go in that path. I want to be settled in that path for a very long time. So, but when it comes to the additional one, after speaking to my manager, whenever he proposed the another position, because organization is making some changes, they're creating roles and responsibilities for product owners and product managers. So just he gave me another pointer. So you also have this option if you want to learn technically and play a product owner role. You can be in this area as well. I mean, I don't say I'm a non-technical guy. So I was a technical guy, but I left to pursue my whatever my heart was saying. So to be process-oriented, punctual, reliable person, and all right. So uh, I need to see. I need to see pros and cons of other part as well. Uh, Whether I would be able to now learn a new technology altogether and play a product owner role, or learn a bit of polishing my current skills to be in the same path. Same path meaning Agile coach path, which is there in front of me.
So when you walk out of this conversation, if you have to take one action and implement, what would that be?
So first, because I knew my known God, so I mean I don't want to see how the path is going to be down the line, some 15, 20 years or something like that. But when it comes to the unknown God, whatever I was mentioning, so I need to see whether I'm a right fit for that or not. So without giving a try, I should not be able to say this is not my area. So because my pocket is asking me to give a chance, my wallet is asking me to give it that thought whether this would be suitable position for me or not. I'd like to see pros and cons of becoming a product owner or product manager. So how it is uh, expecting roles and responsibilities from a particular person.
So I'm hearing the next action that you have for yourself is to look at the pros and cons of the role that you want to take.
Correct.
So when are you going to do all of that?
So I'll start immediately. May not be tonight, but from next working day onwards, from coming Monday onwards, I'd like to see how unknown God is roles, pros and cons of unknown God, and what are the life path, meaning what would be the future for a known God after 10 years or something like that. So I'd like to compare both. Uh, if I feel that I'm not fit for the PO role, product owner's role, definitely, I mean, my first choice, always my first choice is the Agile coach path. So I'll be going with my first choice. If I feel that second path also suits me, I'd like to give it a try. If I fail in second path, I always have my first path welcoming me all the time.
So, Krishna, we are pretty much running against time. From where we started, where we want to get, how are you placed?
Oh, I got some clarity. Initially, even I was keeping dilemma within me. So now I got some clarity after choosing the expectations from the second path. So I'd like to explore on that. So without giving a try, like I mentioned, right? Without giving a try, I might not be able to say. So I'm in the right direction. So now I'd like to go and start. Looking into the expectations and see whether I'm a right fit for her or not.
So I have a sense that we have pretty much there as far as what is that you want to take away. If you have to summarize the entire conversation for yourself and close this conversation, how would you like to do?
Okay, I came with a dilemma. I started this conversation saying I have two paths in front of me, career progression wise. Initially, I was in confusion state. Before I spoke to my manager, there was no confusion, but after speaking to my manager, the confusion came to me. The confusion started. So which path would be right fit? So there could be multiple perks. So after playing a role, so there could be multiple perks. So perks are decent in path one. Perks are extremely well in path two. Because looking at the perks, looking at the wishes, looking at the needs, looking at my values, beliefs, and other things, right? So now I'd like to correlate. So by keeping all these things, so which path would be right fit? So even I also mentioned whether I would be regretting or not very sure. So after choosing a particular path, even I mentioned that, but now regretting is out of question. So no need to regret. So because always if I fail in path two, which would be my new path, I always have my first path open all the time. So I'm a bit relaxed. So I don't say it is more of confusion, but I'd like to say just the pros and cons of second path first. Then I'd like to take a decision.
I should really appreciate staying together with me, going so many places here, there, overall, and then finally arriving at something that you wanted to take away. So with this, Krishna, let's end the conversation.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Srikant.
So I just want you to understand a few pointers about the PCC marker because the session was mainly related to the PCC markers. So the number one, what is the expectation of the ICF? That is, are you acting in accordance with the ICF code of ethics? Are you following that basic ethics, basic confidentiality, right? So the basic decorum, because either you follow or don't follow, because these are not the markers, right? So if you don't do it, so whatever markers you will follow, you will still fail, right? So this is the paramount condition, that is, okay, are you following the ICF code of ethics? Then are you consistent in the role of a coach? High majority of the time. Why I'm saying this? Because the people have some kind of, say, misconception that is, okay, you cannot share your observation or insight, or no. Of course, you can do it. But in high majority of the time, are you focusing on a role of a coach wherein you are evoking awareness You are not giving awareness, you are evoking. Giving awareness is different. But can sometimes you give awareness? Answer is yes. You can tell story, metaphors, observations, insights, right? But they have to be apt, right? So when it is must, you can do it. So it is not a veto. That is okay. If I say something from my side to Kochi, I will fail. No, you will not fail. So just I am making this particular point. So what observer is saying, that is okay. Is there enough evidence that you are applying the PCC markers, and is there lack of counter evidence? Right. So this is what the observer is saying. Right. So the observer is very focused on the evidence and the counter evidence. Like Srikantan in his explanation already said, that is, there is no sequence. Right. So you can do it. Right. So these 37 markers can be done at any point in time with a caveat. See, always remember, always in life there is a caveat. Nothing is absolute. For example, there is a marker 3.3 wherein the success criteria. Now you can't success criteria after 90% of the session. Common sense, right? So all these particular observations and this is with the common sense, right? So early part, the early part, as Srikantan said, can be 10 minutes, can be 15 minutes. It depends on the case to case, right? But during the early part, you have to complete your agreement. You can't finalize the success criteria of your agreement or the outcome at the end of the session. So with that particular caveat in the mind, you have to understand that there is no predetermined sequence, and also the language is also not important, right? You can ask any question in any language, you can club few markers, because many times a one question and one answer may reveal multiple markers, right? So don't go by this phrase that is okay, I must ask this particular question or something like that, right? Then the idea is the coach should not utilize PCC marker as a checklist. That is, I must ask this particular question, this is my sequence and this is my checklist. Because if you do it, then you will not be coaching, and even the observer will understand. See, the observers are smart. That is the reason they are observers, right? So they will understand that ये checklist हो रहा है. ये जो questions है ना, ये सब predetermined questions है. Don't do it, right? So go in a flow, right? So your question should arise from what coach is responding. It's a chain of events. It is not the predetermined questioning. So I am just highlighting. It is not that you don't know, but I thought that okay, since you are waiting, let me share the crux of the PCC markers. What is the objective of a coaching session apart from passing it for the PCC markers for the ICM, which you are going to do maybe 2 times in a life or maybe only 1 time in a life? So definitely as a coach, that is not your objective to pass the PCC markers. Your objective, your focus of the coaching session has to be evoke awareness and the learning or growth of your client by following the CODAP coaching process, right? In service to the client agenda. That is, everything has to be with reference to the client agenda. And your behavior has to be in accordance with the PCC markers. For why? To aid the effectiveness of the session. Because if you see, means I was marking or observing Srikantan's session as per our format of the observe. So he has made 35 markers out of 37 in 38 minutes time, right? So he has made the markers. So he is very clear in the coach competencies in the coaching process. So he had this particular effectiveness of a coaching session. So this is why we always say that the coaching is a long-term assignment. So when Srikantan was also telling, so he was first said, okay, it's a corporate assignment 6, then he said, no, 6 are less, right? Why? Because you will unravel, you will evoke awareness in stages. In one session, if it is not expected from any coach to basically give 100% of the result to the coachee, because it depends on the problem. Sometimes, yes, sometimes it is possible that within one session it happens. Sometimes it can take 6 sessions, 10 sessions 12 sessions. So this is the mindset I want all of you to have. So the PCC markers is not a mechanized thing, right? It is the behavior, and that behavior will come automatically if you focus on evoking awareness, learning and growth, and coaching process, because the coaching process is the foundation of everything, and everything you are focusing on the client agenda. If you do it, and if you already know the PCC markers, see, if you do this, but if you don't know the PCC markers, then there can be mistake. But now you already know the PCC markers and you have this particular objective, you can never fail.